what's the best investment somebody can make in 2025?
The best investment is just buy salt.
Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Alex, and today we're going to be talking about best financial things that you can do. So basically we're going to be talking about budget, all this stuff, the most best money habits that actually work. So let's dive into the video and watch, guys.
These are the three best banks in America to put your money in to get the highest return. Traditional banks like Chase, Wells Fargo, and Bank of America have the worst return for keeping your money with them. But these three banks will give you much higher rates because they don't have a physical location. So instead of paying for maintaining all those locations, they give you the higher interest instead. And from my journey from being 6 figures in debt to being 6 figures in savings, learn every dollar count. These banks will give you anywhere from 3 to 4%, where a traditional bank like Bank of America gives you 0.01%, which is basically nothing. Meaning in a traditional savings account, if you have $10,000 saved, you're only gonna make $1 in interest every year. With one of these banks, you're gonna make anywhere from $300 to $400 for saving the same amount of money. And number 3, we have SoFi Savings. They've been around for quite some time, and you've probably seen their stadium in the 2022 Super Bowl. They have no minimum balance, no account fees, and great customer service. They will give you 3.8% interest on your money. And not only that, you get $25 when you sign up with them. And number 2, we have Forbright. They have no account fees, and they pay you up to 4.25% just for holding your money. But number 1 gives you even more. At number 1, we have Lending Club. They've been around for many years. They're fully insured. They don't have any account fees, and they'll pay you up to 4.4%, but you do have to have at least $100 in your savings. If you want a list of these 3 top banks and many more, comment banks below and I'll send it.
Exactly how I would live off of $2 million in retirement without ever running out of money. I'm Tyler, I'm a former financial advisor and portfolio manager, and now I make financial content for free so that you don't have to pay for it. Number 1, call me crazy, but I would begin by investing all $2 million in a low-cost index fund that tracks the S&P 500. Like Vanguard's VOO. By investing in this fund, I would take advantage of its 1.37% annual dividend and receive about $35,000 of annual income. Number 2, on January 2nd of each year, I would sell about 3% of my portfolio and take advantage of another $65,000 of annual income. Number 3, I would net an additional $20,000 from Social Security benefits because I would adjust the $33,000 national average to offset about $12,000 that I would owe in taxes each year. And number 4, I wouldn't touch the remaining 97% of my portfolio. I would leave it alone and let it continue to regenerate and replenish for the rest of my life. And with the market returning on average just about 7% already adjusted for inflation, I would come back and do the exact same thing year in, year out, without ever having to touch one dime of that $2 million. And if any of this is helpful, like and follow, and I'll keep trying to get you one step closer to where
Everyone knows New York is the finance capital, but it's not your only option. Here are the best cities in the US to build a finance career and why. New York City is still the king, investment banking, private equity, hedge funds, mega firms, but it's intense and it's expensive. Charlotte, North Carolina comes in. They're a major hub for commercial banking, thinking Bank of America, growing fintech scene, and a lot lower cost of living. Chicago is still strong in corporate finance, accounting, middle market investment banking, big firms like Northern Trust, CME Group, and a bunch of PE shops. Then you go to Dallas, great for energy, finance, real estate, and family offices. A lot of big 4 presence too. Investment banks are on the way. San Francisco, if you're into tech or finance or venture capital, SF is where you want to be. It's got a high cost of living, but it's also got a lot of high growth potential. And as a bonus, Miami is quietly becoming a finance hotspot with hedge funds and VCs moving in quickly. So you don't have to be in New York City to win in finance. Just pick a city that matches your niche. If you want help deciding where you should start your career, click the follow button and hit the link in my bio.
ETFs to buy in 2025 for growth, passive income, and to protect your portfolio in a downturn. The first ETF is called QQQI. This is a NASDAQ 100 high income ETF. This fund has nearly a 15% annual dividend yield. Of course, this can change over time, so make sure you do your own research and look into it. They have monthly payouts as well, which is nice. This ETF was introduced about 1 year ago and since then has generated around 16.5% returns, including share price changes. Second ETF is the Granny Shots US Large Cap Growth ETF GRNY. Big fan of Tom Lee. His ETF has doubled the return of the S&P 500 so far in 2025, thanks to his good picks in a number of different secular themes like cybersecurity and AI. And the third ETF was just released in July. This is the Dual Directional 10 Buffer ETF. A lot of complicated sounding terminology, but essentially this ETF allows you to profit whether the market goes up or down, thus dual direction. This ETF gains when the S&P 500 is down up to 10% negative, but if the market goes up, the gains are capped at 12%. Save and share this video if you found it helpful, and follow for more stock market ideas.
People won't tell you, but I will. This is how to get your finances together in 2025. 1. Immediately start budgeting with any of these budgeting apps, or you can use my free budgeting sheet. 2. Become a level 2 budgeter and save at least 10 to 20% of your paycheck each month. This free calculator shows you how much to save. 3. Open a high yield savings account with at least 3% interest. These are my favorites for this month. 4. When paying off your credit cards, follow these 3 rules. 1 and 2 are the most important. I like this credit card and this credit card for beginners. 5. Open a Roth IRA by following these 4 exact steps. Comment money and I'll send you this 2025 financial freedom checklist if you're interested. 6. Read these money books. I like The Algebra of Wealth, Secrets of a Millionaire Mind, and The Millionaire Next Door. As you complete each step, check it off to keep yourself accountable. If this video helped, like and follow so we can learn about money this year together.
If you're thinking about getting a high-yield savings account to accelerate the money you save, here are the top few accounts I would consider. The first is SoFi Bank, which gives you up to 4.6 APY. The second is Ally Bank, that gives you up to 4.35% APY. And the last would be UFB Direct, which can give you over 5% APY. Take a look at these 3 different accounts and see if any of them are right for you.
Happy New Year. It's 2025, and here are 3 tips to stay on track this year financially. Don't bite off more than you can chew and try to figure out an entire year's budget. Start small. Take a look at your accounts now and the balances, and also take a look at what expenses you might have coming up in the near future. Those are some of the best tips that you can put into use in your personal finances in the beginning of 2025.
3 of the best high yield saving or checking accounts in 2025, and one that's not as good as it seems. First one up is Ally. It is an online bank, and let's get into some details about it. So when you Google Ally, you can see here that they pay 3.6% for your money sitting there. Now, that is huge to understand from a traditional bank account that pays 0.01%, which is trash. And so if you're parking your money there, this is a great alternative instead. Now, you obviously want to make sure your money's protected. And so Ally is FDIC insured, just like traditional bank accounts. So that's not something you have to worry about. Up top there, it does say that you can only do 10 withdrawals per cycle. So you cannot constantly be transferring money in and out more than that 10-time period. Up second, we're going to go to a credit union, and we're going to talk about Genesis next. So Genesis has a high yield checking account that pays you 6.75% for your money in that checking account, but wait, we got to look into this a little further. When you read the detail a little further, it shows that you can only get that 6.75% on the first $7,500 that you have in the checking account. After that, you only earn 0.05%. So still a great option for a checking account, but only up to that $7,500 option to be high yield. Our third and final high yield saving or checking account that I like for 2025 is Discover. You might know them from credit cards, but they also have checking and savings accounts. Similar to Ally, they offer 3.6% interest, and they are also FDIC insured, so that is good and good. Some other bonuses here: you have no monthly fees, you can open up an account with whatever amount you want, and you have no monthly balance requirements for the Discover account. Finally here, I want to talk about one that's a little deceiving, and that is SoFi. So the other ones we looked at were 3.6%. SoFi is offering 3.8%, but you got to read the detail. I know there's a lot of words here, but you can see where I'm pointing to is that it says you have to have direct deposit set up and reoccurring income coming into their account. So you can't just open this account and let it sit. You have to actually redirect your checks in there or some kind of income to get the 3.8%. And there you have it. 3 of my favorite high yield saving or checking accounts in 2025, and one that's a little deceiving. I personally have used Ally in the past. Genesis is an awesome credit union. And then we have not used Discover or SoFi. But just some info for you. Do your research. Understand what you're looking at. Let's make our money work harder than you do. Because why are we doing things when one click of a button can earn us more money? Chris Lee, Everyday Finance. Hope you enjoyed the content. And I will see you in the next one.
There are 3 dividend stocks that pay me every single month. Like, follow. Let me know in the comments what dividend stocks you guys invest into, but let's jump into this. Now, stock number 1 is ticker symbol O, also known as Realty Income Corp. Now, this is a real estate ETF, and the reason I love them, 1, you get invested into real estate for super cheap. 2 is by law, REITs have to pay 90% of the income they receive in the form of dividends. So this is a great way to get some great cash flow rolling, and we've seen some decent appreciation where this has gone up. Now, the second stock that I love is ticker symbol NEE. This is Next Era Energy. This is a clean energy. It's a stable dividend, and like the other one, it's a monthly dividend that pays me every single month, which is really, really good. All right, the last and final one that I absolutely love here is ticker symbol JEPI. This is a high yield dividend ETF. It's great for passive income, and the reason I love investing into ETFs is because you're diversified. You get a pool of great companies, but overall, all these are fantastic. And a little pro tip, reinvest those dividends to compound your account faster. Like and follow, and
Thank you for your likes, guys, and let's continue watching the videos. I do appreciate it.
Buy these 4 index funds and you'll become a millionaire. And the best part is it's fully automated. First up is VTI. Invest in the entire US stock market. Big companies, small companies, you just own a slice of everything. Over the last 10 years, it returned 11.8% annually. That means $10,000 invested a decade ago would be worth over $30,000 today. Next up is QQQ. It tracks the top 100 tech and growth stocks, think Apple, Nvidia, and Microsoft. In the last 10 years, it's averaged 17.6% a year. So $10,000 in 2014, that's now worth around $50,000. It's riskier than VTI, but the growth upside is better here. Next up is VGT, and it focuses just on the high-performing tech companies. Over the last 10 years, it's returned 19.7% per year, which is even better than QQQ. That same $10,000 would be worth over $60,000 today. Number 4 is ARK, which targets disruptive innovation like AI, robotics, and more. Obviously, this is going to be a little bit more volatile, but it's had the years where it's returned 40+%. This is going to be perfect for aggressive investors with a long time horizon. These 4 ETFs give you exposure to the entire market, elite tech, and also high-risk innovation. Just set it and forget it, build real wealth while you sleep. And make sure you give me a follow for more investing.
Here are some of the best high yield savings accounts for July 2025. First up is Varo Bank. They're offering 5% APY. However, you do have to have at least $1,000 in the accounts through direct deposit each month, and also make sure your account doesn't go into the negative. Next up is Peak Bank. They're offering 4.44% APY. They are FDIC insured. Next up is one I had on my other list. It's UFB Direct. They're offering 4.01%. Next up is Cit Bank. They're offering 4% APY. Again, however, you do need to have at least $5,000 in your account to get that rate. And then last but not least, this is a very popular one, which is Wealthfront. They're offering 4% APY, but also up to 4.5% APY if you refer a friend. By the way, every single one of these banks that I have mentioned in this video, they are all FDIC insured. Follow along for more money tips, and if you need help getting started, you can click that link in my bio.
This personal financial tip is build an emergency fund to cover unexpected expenditures that might come up during a lifetime.
Here's a little unsolicited financial tip for the day that has helped me tremendously, and that is, if you don't have it, don't buy it. If you don't need it, don't spend money on it. It's gonna help you, it helped me. That's it for this one. I'll catch you in the next one.
Here are some of the best high yield savings accounts for June 2025, all over 4%. First up, we have Wealthfront Cash Account. They're offering 4% APY and also 4.5% APY if you refer a friend. They also don't have any minimum balances or monthly maintenance fees, and of course, they are FDIC insured. Up next is Forbright. They're offering up to 4.25%. They also have no monthly maintenance fees or opening deposit, and they're also FDIC insured. Next up is Bread Financial or Bread Savings. They're offering up to 4.30%. They do require a $100 minimum deposit to open the account, and also they have other savings you can check out in the picture down below. Next is Genius Bank. They're offering 4.2%. They also don't have any monthly maintenance fees or a requirement for opening deposit, so this would be a great one for you guys, and of course, they're FDIC insured. And the last one is Cit Bank. They're offering 4% for their Savings Connect. They do have a $100 minimum requirement to open the account, but other than that, they don't have any other monthly maintenance fees. They're also FDIC insured, and they also offer a platinum savings where you can get 4.1%. Follow along for more tips, and I also have a mini course called What's in Her Chest that goes over all the accounts that women should have in their chest. You can check it out, linked in bio.
The best investment somebody can make in 2025.
The best investment is just buy Sol.
What's Sol?
Solana blockchain.
Why?
Because it's the fastest, it's the cheapest transactions, most scalable, and the best team.
What about Bitcoin?
Bitcoin's the god of blockchain, right? So it's different. It's where you put most of your money in, and then you put some in the other ones. You cannot compare it. But Bitcoin's not working and doing transactions. It's not having validators like Solana. Solana. Solana doesn't take, we don't need miners. It's all already in a different level. You're talking about a different level of blockchain. 2.0, 3.0.
I have a lot of credit cards. I mean, a lot. But there are 3 that I use on the regular, and I want to tell you which ones those are today. If there's a certain card you want me to look at and review, please let me know in the comments, man. I want to look at as many cards as possible. So first one is the Built MasterCard. I've had this card for about 2 years now, and I swear it is the most underrated and slept on card out there. So it says, earn points on rent. Yes, this is the only credit card that lets you pay your rent without a fee on your credit card. So every month I pay my biggest expense using this card and I get points on that. And I can use that towards travel, gift cards, like literally how any other rewards program works, it works here. A second favorite card, and honestly my daily driver, is the Apple Card, man. I use this card everywhere that I go. I get 2% cash back using Apple Pay, which is just convenient, and I use that cash back to immediately invest it. I don't really love points because I don't travel a whole lot. I just prefer cash back, so I can invest that money. And last but not least, the end game card for a lot of people, their biggest chase, that metal card, the Amex Platinum. This card really isn't that great. I only use it because I get into those lounges whenever I do travel a couple times a year. This annual fee for $6.95 is wild, but the lounges are honestly really great, and if you can afford it, it's a pretty cool card. People only want this card for the metal. I'm gonna compare sounds. This is the Amex Platinum, okay? And this is the Apple Card. You tell me which one sounds better.
You guys, I need everybody to stop coming on this app talking about how they want to make income. They want to be bigger. They want all these things, right? But y'all don't know the tips to be financially stable. Y'all don't understand financial stability tips at all. Like, if you're making income, that doesn't mean you need to spend everything you make. And if you're spending more than you make, that doesn't mean you're profiting. Some of y'all don't understand these facts. Y'all don't understand the tips. Y'all don't understand the points that people are trying to make to you. You're trying to be on here because you're trying to grow. You're trying to learn. You're trying to develop income. And those are all great things. But you have to leave some of that for you. You can't go back just pouring everything into everybody else and thinking you're going to leave with an empty cup. Don't say I didn't tell you. Remember to fill your cup. Remember these tips for financial stability.
Are you still feeling broke in 2025? Well, here are 3 things that you can do to help improve your own situation. First thing, budgeting and saving. You have to start with a real budget. You can't lie to yourself on this one. You have to tell every dollar where it needs to go. I've talked in previous videos about the 50-30-20 rule, where 50% of your budget is designated for needs, 30% is designated for wants, and 20% is designated for saving. And once that budget is set up, automate your savings. If you're waiting till the end of every paycheck to put away what's left over, you may have nothing left. Again, you have to be intentional and tell every single dollar where it needs to go. Second, you gotta watch that lifestyle creep. Others call it convenience creep. These are things like online shopping, subscriptions, food delivery services. I can go on and on. These are the things that are silently draining your wallet. You have to be intentional. You have to track every single dollar. Tip number 3, invest. And when I say invest, doesn't matter how young or old you are, invest early and invest often. Even if it's as little as $50 a month into your index funds and your retirement accounts. Because the earlier you start, the less you'll need later. Your money should work as hard as you do. Follow me for simple, no BS tips to level up your finance game in 2025. Let's build wealth the smart way. And my name's Andrew, and I'm here to bring financial literacy to those who need it.
The top 3 coins I would be holding by November 22nd, 2025. On this date, ISO 222 becomes a global mandate and all banks have to adhere by this system. On this date, these coins can explode and create new millionaires overnight easily. So the first coin on my list is XDC, currently at a price of 7 cents. With XDC, anyone who hasn't implemented ISO 222, and by that I mean the banks, if they still have the old system, they can use XDC, and with that they are now ISO 222 compliant. The second coin on my list is XLM, currently at a price of 27 cents. Everyone knows about Stellar Lumens right now, and with it being ISO 222 compliant, that is an easy alternative for banks to go go to. And the third coin on my list is Algorand, currently sitting at a price of 21 cents. It is also ISO 222 compliant, which gives them a third option. Any one of these choices are good, but when this date comes, they can easily 10 to 20x overnight.
About 3 key things, specifically financially, that needs to be happening in 2025. Y'all, I'm not here to debate who you voted for. Listen, I could care less because neither candidate was coming to my door to say, hello, how are we going to help you, your family, your kids? But the reality is that there are things happening and you need to pay attention. New here, I'm Francis. I love talking all things money. Me and my husband get the privilege to build a business that is centered around helping people make more money, save more money, get out of debt, things like that. And I also love talking about the topic of money because, funny enough, for me and my husband, I'm a Latina, he's Black. We didn't grow up having a lot of these conversations. Let's talk about thing number 1. You have to work on getting yourself out of debt. You guys, when I look around, just look at some of the orders and the things that are being passed. And, you know, there's a lot going on. Like, just go online. You can find a lot of this information yourself. Because again, I'm not here to debate any of that. I just want to talk about facts. When you look at the growth of household income in comparison to inflation, in comparison to how much debt people have, you have to start getting yourself out of debt. And maybe you're like Francis, I literally have no money left over at the end of every month, nor am I making a lot more. We've got to up your income. We got to get you out of debt. We got to get you managing money better. Number 2, investing. Y'all, this is not even a debatable topic. The numbers show it. And no, I don't mean letting someone sell you a terrible IUL policy. Listen, I'm talking about actually investing with a strategy and a plan. The cost of waiting is too great. Over the next 25 years, there's going to be over $120 trillion of a wealth transfer. The question becomes, what part do you play in that? Both from a business opportunity standpoint, but your personal 65, 70-year-old self being able to retire with dignity standpoint. And I'm going to put a graphic on the screen, but it costs you to wait, you guys. Let's say you start investing at 25 years old. That might only cost you an investment of $89 roughly a month. Let's say you wait 10 years. That's going to put you at $224. And this is for a very specific example that you see on the screen. Obviously, the numbers are going to vary, but that is now $224 a month just for waiting a decade. Let's say you wait till you're 45. You guys see the trend on the screen. The point is, it is hurting you to wait. You have to be investing. The wealth gap is going to get so big that it's going to be difficult for your everyday family, y'all, if you do not start right now. And a lot of people are like, well, Francis, what if I don't have a lot to start with? You better start with where you're at because it'll put you further ahead than where you are right now doing nothing. Okay. Number 3 is you got to up your income. Listen, the growth rate of annual combined household income has not kept up with inflation since the 70s. Okay. On average, inflation's been about 3.8%. And that's just an average. Obviously, we know there have been years with higher inflation rates, but on average, the annual combined household income has only grown about 3.36%. So you're not crazy when you feel like I didn't just get a raise. You're not crazy. The workforce is not keeping up with that. And then you factor in all the crazy stuff that's happening right now, y'all. Like, there are massive layoffs coming. And I don't say that to scare y'all. I've been through layoffs before. It's going to happen. It already happened in the last quarter of last year. There's more of that coming. And if you've watched this far, I want to add a bonus to what I just said about increasing your income. Business income specifically. Why? There's a plethora of reasons that I can give you why business income. Just also pay attention to like things that I don't need to really say on this video that are obvious about why business income, because America's a business and people might debate why make 6 figures on my job. That does not mean you're safe. Okay. It does not mean you're safe. The average American is 1 to 2 paychecks away from being homeless. 78% of the population is living paycheck to paycheck. Those are the numbers. I'm never going to come on here and share anything with you and not give you possible solutions. I'm not the type of person that's going to focus on problems. I will present solutions. Whether or not you take them is up to you at the end of the day. But I hope that this helps you think about some of the things that you need to be doing. On the side of setting your things up, I always tell people there are 3 main accounts that you need. Investing is a big portion of that. If you need help with that, we do complimentary financial plans to assess where you at, where do you need to be, what's going to change from now to you being that age, and let's put a plan together. That's complimentary. Second side of this is the opportunity to up your income. You guys, there's a huge demand for what we do. When I say huge, I want to give you a supply and demand example. There are over 1 million doctors in America. I just told you that there's going to be over $120 trillion moving through these markets over the next 25 years, but only 300,000 licensed financial professionals. You can come here. You do not need to have experience in this industry, but you do have to have a will to win and a will to want to get licensed. We cover pretty much all of the costs. And in the month of January, your cost for the state that you reside in is going to be very small to almost nothing. for you to take advantage of an opportunity that is life-changing, you guys. I always tell people this opportunity gives you a chance to view how you make money very different. If you want to be that person that gets to gain more control of your time, definitely more control of your money, just watch what's happening around us, y'all. The beautiful thing is you can have a super flexible schedule. We're really built in an amazing way for people to start part-time, remotely, anywhere in the US. You do have to be over 18 and a clean background, meaning no felonies. So if you're interested, comment info below. I'm doing interviews all of the rest of the week before our promotion is over. You guys, just pay attention to what's happening around you and don't allow it to enter in you in a way that is fearful, but instead to say, how can I best continue to just keep preparing myself? And I am looking for people that are looking for opportunity. This can be a transformational year if you are in the right vehicle doing the right thing. So I can't wait to work with some of you. And for those of you that maybe these were just some helpful tips, I hope that they were.
Thank you for watching with me video regarding the best financial habits. It's really important for me if you're gonna be sharing it, like and subscribe this video, help my channel grows. I do appreciate this, guys. And I'm done for today. Be safe for now and bye.